Hello everybody, Mind of Mike here. Welcome back to another Astroneer video. Remember, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I hope you enjoy. Now today I have a ton of things planned. So first off, because we did the all together now thing with the glastropods, which is why I named the video All Together Now, actually. We got the QTRTGs, and along with it, we also got this suit. I already put it on because I figured, why not? It's my favorite suit anyway in the game. So, this is what it is, and I realized that I did not actually look at all this stuff. So there's the conclusions here that I'm not going to get into. If you want to read it, just pause the video and read it yourself. I'm sorry. But yeah, I'm realizing that I didn't do that, and then there's the SOS, which I'm pretty sure that I showed. Then there's all this stuff. So yeah, if you want to read all this, just pause the video whenever. Well, just pause the video whenever I'm actually on it, and you can just look at it then. So, now that that's all done, first up, what I want to do is, I figure, hey, let's get, like, these main missions out of the way. And so, this, I don't know why I haven't done this yet. It's literally just, go unlock dynamite. There. So, there we go. And I guess that now I have, this because I actually finished that. So I got a lot more than I thought I would. Anyway. Next up, we're going to do composite perfection. So now, in my backpack, you'll see that I have titanium alloy, helium, and steel, along with lithium. The lithium will be important later. What I want to do is, with this, I don't want to need to craft another steel and another titanium alloy in order to actually make the nanocarbon. Like, sure, I already have nanocarbon right here, but in order to get the achievement, I need to actually make my own. So, I'm just going to do that quick. And this is probably like the only nanocarbon alloy that I'm going to make. Now, with this, what I can do is I can print an RTG. The most reliable power source in the game because it produces 4 units of power every second, no matter what. Like the wind turbine, sure, it's a lot better than that, but it's, oh, come on, but it's also not reliable. Like, right now, it's no longer spinning. So, it's nice to have this sort of stuff. I'm just gonna leave that there for now, along with my QTRTG pile-up. Wow. Oh yeah, and I got an RTG for completing the, other mission for glastropods. Anyway, so now that I've done both of these, portable oxygenator. That'll be great. So, now that I've done that stuff, and got some more batteries and another QTRTG, because we love that stuff here, I'm moving into this, the vertical thinking. So, what I need to do is I need to blow up the data recorder on Vesania. And no, I'm not going to bring any, should I bring that? Nah, I'll leave that. So, just to be sure I have all the, everything that I need. Yep, I do. Perfect. Perfect. So, what I'm going to end up doing is I'm just going to hop into here. And the only reason that I'm using the rocket is because it makes transport a lot easier. To bring this all to Vesania, because all those resources are going to be quite important on the on the mat. And so I've got my base over here, and the reason why I put it on the exact opposite side of the mat is not because I knew that, like, the I put it on the opposite side of the data recorder. It's not because I thought that the mat would be there. It's just that I knew that the mat is not near the data recorder. And why are there no landing sites anywhere near I hate Vesania. Vesania has so little landing sites. Like, this is probably the closest I'm going to get to it. Just because Vesania, usually on the worlds that I do, has about 4 spawns. But at least from here, I can just fly over to there, and I'll just grab my I'll just come back later, because I don't need any of the stuff that is currently in there. Here we are. So, I didn't worry about trying to find dynamite, because there is always some here now. While I am here, and before I start blowing up this data recorder, I'm just gonna look around, see if there's any stuff, because sometimes there will actually be some good loot. Nope, just the dynamite. Okay. And I will need both of these because of what I'm going to end up needing in the future anyway. And because I don't want this thing to blow up, I need to... Otherwise it would blow up that as well. So, we got 1 exo chip, 2, 3. Perfect. Pretty much all the way there. And so, you know what? Just because I can, I know what the resources that I'm going to need are in order to fully complete the map. And so I just wanted that one more dynamite. With that one more exo chip. It actually gave me 2, but that's fine. I can't, well, I can pick it up, but I don't want to. We'll just leave that. So, since we are at the rocket, I don't usually do this, but may as well be worth it. So what I did is I pressed left bumper instead of right bumper like I usually do, because I figured, hey, why not literally just launch it into orbit? Because I don't need to leave the planet. And of course, that's the stupid closest spot, because I completely miscalculated, like, how far the trajectories would be. I mean, I guess I moved a little bit closer. So, what I'm just gonna do is I'm just gonna bring this with on my hoverboard. Get out the compass, and then just fly over there. Here we are, and of course, we have... I can hear it, but where is it? There's a... Ah, there it is. I could hear the thistle whip, but I just couldn't see it, because it was behind me. And of course we have usual Astroneer physics of things literally just floating when I don't want them to. So, as of now, what this thing wants is... wants an exo chip, so let's put in an exo chip. There we go. Come on. Okay. And now it wants either 2 hydrogen and 2 nitrogen. Well, it wants both. And then graphite, titanium, and tungsten. I have all that stuff. I got it all right here. And so, it wants the gases. Well, let's see if I can actually grab them first. There we go. Can I reach? That I can. Perfect. 1 nitrogen. And yes, it does need to be a full canister. It's not like the glastropods where it doesn't have to be a full canister. So, we got the 2 nitrogen, and then hydrogen number 1. Well, the process just repeats. And the final bit for those 2 missions, the second graphite. There we go. And now, what it wants is this further refinement. It wants silicone and tungsten carbide, and so I have silicone and tungsten carbide. And we have the final piece. Just need to get it slotted in. Perfect. There we go. Now what it will want is more exo chips. And that's why I have the extra ones. And remember, this is the same mission line of where I got my hoverboard. It's just, instead of Novus, it's Vesania. And honestly, I don't use what Vesania gives me because I just don't see any point in it. Okay. And then once I do this, this won't be fun. So, pretty much now what I'm going to need to do, this will give me the VTOL and hydrazine once I accept the mission. Now it goes on to exploding mode. So it's sending out the signal saying that the mission is completed, and then the reactor gets, becomes exposed, and then it blows up, like you just heard. And now, if I wanted to, I could go back there and get some scrap, except I don't want to. I want to go back to my ship. Oh god, that's just so cursed. Back at the rocket, with everything completely unloaded. I've done everything that I want on Vesania. And so now I'll just take this back to Silva. Now back on Silva, what we can do is we can now collect every single one of these missions. Most of them are, of course, bites, which is very good because I don't want my pad being overloaded by a ton of stuff. So we'll just do all that, and I'm going to get the exo chips out of the way. It's odd how, like, specifically you can't just blow up a exo cache for the data recorder, and yet the data recorder counts as an exo cache for the crashing cache is a cheat mission, but just whatever, I guess. So yeah, I guess that I can do that next. This took a lot shorter than I was expecting. The amount of time that I've been recording was expected. I just didn't keep in mind how little I would actually be talking during that, because that's why my videos are so long before and barely have me getting anything done, is because I don't actually do anything in them. So, right now what I want to do is I want to grab the RTG and also a battery to bring it to Glacio, because that's just what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to take this stuff to Glacio. And you may have noticed that in the mission for windup, it says put the medium wind turbines on there. I'm not actually going to grab any here, because, well, I don't have any graphite to make a packager to package it. But I also, wind turbines also are super common on Glacio, whether, pretty much of any size, whether it's, small, medium, large. I've seen an extra large wind turbine as well, but only once. So they do appear, they're just super, super rare. I also don't really look for them. Still though, they are rare, either way. Now back on Glacio, what we are doing is all the Rails missions now. And so, first up what we need is to install the medium wind turbines onto those slots right up there. You can see the red. So all I need to do is just walk around and find some wind turbines to put up there. Here we are with 2 turbines. I may be saying, but Mike, I only see one. Got a second one in a packager, because I grabbed a packager from one of the wrecks here. So, we got both of those, which then means that I'm pretty sure that the next mission is just on that. Let's find out. Yeah, there is a mission right here. I was wondering where it was. Okay, so we got the bites, and now what it wants us to do is just turn on this. And this has tons and tons of lore. So there's all this about how, like, you need to do this stuff for exodynamics. This is all just, like, how-tos for, new people on this, which of course I am not, and hence why I am skipping over all this, just doing all this so then you can actually read it in your own time if you don't have the game yourself, because there's a lot of people that watch this, I found out, that do not have the game. Mostly because all of you watching know me personally. Like, what's up with that? Now, the personal logs is the lore, like with Malabel, and there's another person, Dr. Stone. Yep. So, they will be quite important later. For now, though, we have all this. Now, what it wants us to do is either place Rail Engine in here. Well, it wants us to do both. I don't know why I say what it wants us to do is either one of these. But it wants us to print a rail post bundle and put a rail engine in. So, rail posts come from the small printer all the way down at the bottom, other than the fault finder here. And you can see that it takes resin and aluminum. I don't have anything at this base, and so I'm gonna just teleport back to Silva whenever I'm printing stuff. I'm also gonna drop this stuff off right here, because I don't want to leave it there. The rail engine comes from the medium printer, and it costs resin, aluminum, and copper. So our first actual use of copper, that means something. So I'm just gonna head over to the chamber and print off that stuff, so then we can use it in a bit. And don't worry, I eventually won't need to go to Silva for everything, because I'll put all 5 of these important contraptions, the research chamber, furnace, soil centrifuge, chemistry lab, and atmosphere condenser. I'll put one of those on each planet, since I can just teleport everywhere. Hence why I teleported to this planet. But anyway, what we are needing is, first up, we're going to need this on the rail bundle for resin and aluminum. Now, I don't think that I have any resin over here. I do not, so I'll just need to collect some of my own quick. So I've got all the resin that I'm currently going to need. I actually accidentally got 1 extra, but that doesn't matter because I will most certainly use it in the future. So I'm just going to print off this rail post bundle. And yeah, it prints super quick as if it's in my backpack. I guess just because it doesn't need to be, like, it can just be super quick. Now, what I don't have is any malachite. I don't have any copper. And so I'm just gonna head up here, even though that's, graphite. I'll eventually find some, malachite, like right there. So then I can make my, the engine. That thing is done. The only thing is that it's, of course, it's an object like this. It's a medium object, and so I therefore need to bring it to my ship and then launch my ship to Glacio. Don't worry, that will change, because at some point in the near future I'm going to put a base on every single one of my planets. So then it's not just Silva that has all the love. Because, frankly, it can get super, super annoying just traveling to Silva all the time. Because getting to the chamber over there can sometimes be a pain. Glacio, as you can tell, is not very smooth, and I can't just, like, ramp it that well. Most of those I can't ramp like that. Anyway, what I need to do is I need to grab my rail engine, and first I need to unpackage it. So we'll unpackage that, and then just plop it on, need to rotate it because I don't want it to be at that angle. There you go. Perfect. So, we now have both of these, and so this guy now has rail cars as well. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this back up here, even though you just saw my dilemma of me placing this properly. Rotate that, and there we go. Now just unpackage that, and just plop these on as well, because they just connect. They will connect, so then it will all work properly. The only thing is that they can't connect because, for some reason, these stations can only hold 2. And so, as of now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab this. I have no idea how much content I've actually gotten. I can just see how long I've recorded, so hopefully I don't make this too long, so I'll end this off soon. But anyway, we'll check the mission log, and it wants us to use it wants us to activate this, just so then we can activate the pylons. And now, this is more personal logs by Bell. It will eventually switch to Dr. Stone, because eventually it can just be boring if you just hear Bell's side, because Bell is very, very, into her job, I guess. Now, this is the super sad part. So it gives us the oxygen tank and the work light. I don't care about the work light or the oxygen tank. It's completely unnecessary for them to give it to me. I do understand why they did it though, but then just a drill mod 3 just wasted, because I've already made my own and I only need 1. So I'll just leave that off there, but I will eventually turn that into scrap because it's not useful. Now, if I check out my map, since I've done that, you can see there are tons of rail stations. There's one literally just right here, so I guess that will be the first one that I go to. Now, I have this as well. And you know what, I'll just go straight forward, and you can see that there is this white line of when I can extend this further. It turns blue once it's at like its maximum extension, and then turns red once it's too far. If I put it down while it's red, it won't connect. If it's blue, it will auto-connect. And what I can do with these is I can call the nearest car, and then grab this completely messed up one. And now that it's out here, I can actually put this in front. So now this is finally a train of 3. And so, what you want to do is you want to maximize your distance, and that will just automatically be placed. And you can see here, depending on how it's rotated, it won't actually fit, and so I need to rotate it like this, so then both ends are blue, so then it can actually fit in there. Now, what it wants me to do now is transport freight modules, which are those crates there. It wants me to transport 10 of them over to the pylon, and it also wants me to do frozen argon. Frozen argon, you can see by this one right here, that there are stations underground. These above ground stations, like this one, I'm gonna call the rail thing over and then hop in. And you can move it like this. I'm using left trigger to go in reverse, right trigger to go forward. I want to stop right over here. And now all I have to do is just dig these out, so then I can actually grab them up, pick them up, and just place them in there. But frozen argon is underground, the crates are above ground. That is just how this works, and that is why you have seen crates previously. So, now that I have those 2 crates, what I can do is I can just go in reverse, and that will automatically dispense them in there, and they will be crushed, I guess, or transported away. however it works. And so I'm just gonna finish off this deposit quick since there's only 2 left. And this is why they gave me the drill mod 3, because Glacio's surface is actually the same toughness as the mountains of Silva, meaning that it's a hardness 1. And so, in order to actually drill it at a normal speed, I need a drill mod 1. And then going underground, I'm going to need a drill mod 2 in order to be able to, well, drill mod 1 would dig it super slow, but then drill mod 2 would make it normal speed. And so it just decided to give me a drill mod 3 so then I could actually drill in the first place. But anyway, as those crates are being put into here, and it's for some reason updating it twice. And as I do a flip off, that sounded wrong. You know what I meant. I'm just gonna end the video right here. I'll, maybe build a base, but either way, you will see me, back right here for the rail station. Remember, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Also, hit the bell because look at these ratings. This is how many of you that are watching are actually subscribed. So please, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, so then these percentages can change. Rather than being 1 in 99%, I want that to be more like how popular YouTubers complain about it being 75% of you aren't subscribed. That would be real nice. I know that I just went back to the same Zune, but whatever. Whatever. This was Mind Mike. I hope you enjoyed.